Welcome to Curtis Goes Corner, coming to you from a secret underground base in occupied America. And here we go. Fulton County Prosecutor Nathan Wade withdraws from Trump case, allowing DA Fani Willis to continue. Yeah, this judge is supposed to come out with a ruling today, and he did. The same judge, mind you, that gave money to Fani Willis's campaign. Fulton County DA Fani Willis will be cleared to continue the case against Trump in Georgia if Wade steps aside. This is what happens when you elect judges. This judge is up for re-election soon in Fulton County, which is Atlanta, and he's looking at a heavy Democrat base. So this entire ruling is based on politics. Let's just tell the truth here. So he says you're absolutely unbelievable, terrible conduct by the prosecutor's office, and you should be ashamed of yourself and probably be disbarred. No, he didn't say that, but you know what I mean. So if we get rid of Nathan Wade, the ex-boyfriend, all is well. But you'll wear the scarlet letter. Give me a break. This is so much bullshit. I can't even begin to tell you what's happened to our justice system. Fulton County Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade has withdrawn from the Georgia election interference case against former President Donald Trump and 18 co-defendants. Well, of course he did. Because if he didn't, Fani Willis would have to withdraw, which means her entire team and the DA's office would be disqualified. Can't have that. So this is where the judge looks like he's a hero for sticking up for what's right, and at the same time lets the guilty people continue with a RICO case against 18 defendants and President Trump. Unbelievable. Wade offers his resignation to a letter to Willis saying he was doing in the interest of democracy. Are you out of your mind? How do these people get away with this shit? How is it possible? How is it possible? His law firm got well over $400,000 from the DA's office. He gets to resign. No marks, no disbarment. He's got a clean bill of health as far as being a lawyer in the state of Georgia goes. And Fani Willis just looks like an ass. Just looks like a corrupted district attorney, but gets to continue. Of course, her name was a little tarnished. Blah, 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 blah. I'm offering my resignation in the interest of democracy and dedication to the American public, and to move this case forward as quickly as possible. Yeah, we need this case to be resolved before Election Day, because this is about election interference. RICO case, I'm not even a lawyer, and I can put holes all over this case. You're the one that had the courage to accept the role, even though you'd not seek it. You are an outstanding advocate, she said, concerning Wade, the ex-boyfriend. You can read the rest of this. I'm not even going to go into it. It's amazing to me. Sought to unearth a money trail that would prove Willis had a conflict of interest in hiring Wade and should be disqualified. She called witnesses who testified the couple were romantically entangled at the time Wade was hired. A former good friend of Willis and past employee of the D's office said she had no doubt that Wade and Willis started a relationship in 2019 after the two met at a conference. So fine, just don't hire him. I don't care who you sleep with. This has been distraction after distraction after distraction. We have no receipts, because I paid him back in cash. I have no this, no that. They both were caught lying under oath. A felony. And yet, nothing. He's not even disbarred. Even a mark on his record with the State Bar Association. She gets to continue the witch hunt with this RICO case, even though her brand has been a little bit wounded. Remember, this judge gave to her campaign. This is so much bullshit, I can't even tell you. I can't even begin to tell you how effed up this is. Unbelievable. Well, let's take a look at the 5 key takeaways from the judge's order giving DA Fani Willis an ultimatum. Get rid of her ex-boyfriend or she can't continue. So, of course, he resigned. His law firm almost got $500,000 from the DA's office. It's unbelievable. The judge on Friday ruled the embattled DA, Fani Willis, needed to remove her ex-lover and special prosecutor from the case or step aside herself. So he did. In a 23-page order, which is small for judges, Judge Scott McAfee said the lawyers for former President Trump and several co-defendants charged in the sweeping 2020 election interference case failed to meet their burden of proving an actual conflict of interest in the case. Are you freaking kidding me? But McAfee said that the established record of evidence highlights the appearance of impropriety that infects the prosecution team unless Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade is removed or Willis steps aside herself. Now, if Willis steps aside, the entire district attorney's office cannot prosecute this case. So, what do you think was going to happen? Wade said, okay, my law firm almost got $500,000 from the DA's office. I had some fun with Fani traveling around the world. All right, I'll take my hit. Big deal. Nothing against his license in Georgia and nothing against hers. Judge McAfee calls Will's behavior in court testimony unprofessional. She lied under oath. She lied under oath. McAfee denied the co-defendant's motion to have Willis disqualified, saying they lack sufficient evidence for disqualification. However, he added that his finding is by no means an indication that the court condones this tremendous lapse in judgment or their unprofessional manager of the DA's office testimony during the evidentiary hearing. Rather, there's no size opinion that Georgia law does not permit the finding of an actual conflict for simple making bad choices. Oh, okay. Judge points to Georgia legislature, state bar, and ethics board for unanswered questions about Willis's affair. The judge wrote in his order, other forums or sources of authority, such as the General Assembly, the Georgia State Ethics Commission, which will do nothing, the State Bar of Georgia, the Fulton County Board of Commissioners, or the voters of Fulton County may offer feedback and any unanswered questions that linger. But those are not the issues determinative to the defendant's motion alleging an actual conflict. There is no conflict. It's like what the one guy described it as, you break into a bank. The cops show up. There are 2 people inside the safe at the bank after the bank is closed. You say to them, you know what? If one of you says you tried to steal money from this safe, we'll just let the other one walk with a scolding. That's exactly what happened here. Unbelievable. To investigate Willis in January has already held one hearing. This is the committee, a state special committee. Oh, gosh. You know, I don't even know what to say here. I am so pissed off. McAfee scolds Fani Willis' public statements, including improper church speech and playing the race card. Well, of course she was going to do that. It's Fulton County. Inappropriate speech she gave at a church, which she did. Her several public statements on the case were prejudicial. McAfee said that some of the comments, including Willis's unorthodox decision to make on-the-record comments and authorize members of her staff to do likewise, to authors intent on publishing a book about the grand jury's investigation during the pendency of this case, didn't warrant her disqualification. It's amazing. Unbelievable to me. This RICO case, it just sinks to high heaven. It is so much bullshit. But McAfee said that Willis' racially charged rhetoric about playing the race card during a speech at a church service was legally improper. What the hell does that mean? Legally improper. You were bad, so we're going to put you under double secret probation? Providing this type of public comment creates dangerous waters for the district attorney to wade further into. The time will have been arrived for an order preventing the state from mentioning the case in any public forum to prevent presidential pretrial publicity, but yet Donald Trump, President Trump, gets a gag order. And these pains in the ass can do anything they want to without any repercussions. Well, John, the ex-boyfriend resigned. Yeah, after his law firm almost got $500,000. Nathan Wade's willingness to conceal his relationship with Willis. Judge McAfee said that Wade's patently unpersuasive explanation about inaccurate statements he submitted to the court. Inaccurate statements now. Inaccurate statements is perjury. Perjury, a felony. It's incredible to me. It's like the plagiarism case with a former president of Harvard. She didn't commit plagiarism. She copied somebody else's work and just didn't give him credit for it. But that's not plagiarism. Indicates a willingness on his part to wrongly conceal his relationship with the district attorney. He lied, and so did she. And then the people that were in her defense got on the stand under oath and said, I don't remember, I don't remember, I don't remember, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And that's okay. Crock of bullshit, this whole thing. Key witness testimony that Willis and Wade's affair began prior to his hiring is tossed. McAfee said he was unable to place any stock in the testimony of Terrence Bradley, the former law partner of Wade's divorce attorney, who was considered a key witness of the defense team trying to prove Wade had romantically been involved with Willis prior to hiring. Bradley, when pressed under oath, said he could not recall several details and timelines about conversations he had with former client Wade about Wade's romantic relationship. At one point, he was questioned about a text message exchange in which he and Willis' relationship with Wade had absolutely started before he was hired at the A's office in 2021. But later in court, he claimed he was speculating in those comments. I don't remember is a lie. I speculated, I guessed. That's also a lie. In his order on Friday, McAfee says Bradley's inconsistencies, demeanor, and generally non-responsive answers left far too brittle a foundation for which to build any conclusions. Talk about doublespeak. You know, I thought this judge was a fair guy. I really did. He has to run for re-election in Fulton County. So he gets to get rid of one, but he keeps the DA and the D's office on the case, which means they don't have to start over from scratch, which will delay it months and months and months. And guess what? It'll be after the November election. So he gets to look fair and unbiased. Meanwhile, he's looking out for his own ass. It's incredible to me. You want to be a guy that runs for judge, that gets rid of a black district attorney in her office prosecuting Donald Trump, and then run for re-election in Atlanta? This is what this is really all about. Let's just cut through the bullshit before we all drown in it. While prior inconsistent statements can be considered as substantial evidence under Georgia law, Bradley's impeachment by text message did not establish the basis for which he claimed with sweeping knowledge of Wade's personal affairs. He was Wade's divorce attorney and friends with both of them. Robin Yurtai, a former good friend of Willis and past employee D's office, testified in court she had no doubt Willis and Wade's relationship started back in 2019. Unbelievable. Judge McAfee, in his order Friday, said, while the testimony of Robin Yearley raised doubts about state's assertions, it ultimately lacked context and detail. So she didn't go into any detail about their relationship? What context? What a crock of bullshit. A witness, a hostile witness in this case against Fani, Willis, and Wade, lacked context and detail. The other side was able to conclusively establish by preponderance of the evidence when the relationship evolved into a romantic one. Wrong. That's a lie. It's not true. Still, the judge said an odor of mendacity remains and added that reasonable questions about whether district attorney and her hand-selected lead, special assistant attorney, testified untruthfully about the timing of their relationship further underpinned the findings of an appearance of impropriety and the need to make proportional efforts to cure it. On Friday, Wade offers his resignation a letter to Willis, saying he was doing so in the interest of democracy. When are these people that are after Trump? When are these people that are trying to destroy this country? When are they going to, when they lie under oath, when they commit felonies, when are they going to go to jail? What are the people that get rid of 1.5 terabytes of information from the January 6th committee? That kangaroo court. 1.5 terabytes is a ton. Just disappeared. Yet nobody's going to jail for destroying evidence. Secret Service, cell phones on January 6th. Thousands of text messages just disappeared. And they said because of the fact that they switched phone carriers and some of it was lost in the transition. They were deleted forever. When is somebody going to go to jail? No, they're not. They can do anything they want to. And all they get is a slap on the wrist. So sick to death of all of this. It's a two-tier justice system. And this is what they want. They want the American people to lose faith in the system. There's nothing that'll destroy a country and tear it to pieces than a two-tier justice system. It's so obvious. It's so ridiculous. So this judge saved his own ass. They can continue now with this RICO case, which is so much bullshit. They can do all the things they wanted to do. And Fani Willis, his reputation has been a little tarnished. So the frick what? It's amazing to me. And this judge gets to run for re-election in Atlanta saying, I am unbiased and I am impartial. Crack of bullshit all the way around. Wade quit for democracy. What a bunch of crap. It's incredible to me. How do these people get away with this? And they do it over and over and over and over. Testimony that it couldn't be brought forth in the E. Jean Carroll defamation suit was $83 million. These people are out of their effing minds. And of course, you have to post the money before you can appeal. And then the bogus case in New York concerning the inflated prices and worth of properties from Trump Enterprises. Donald Trump committed fraud against the banks and insurance companies, which is total bullshit too. $250-something million fine, plus barring them from doing business in New York, I think, for 2 or 3 years. How do they get away with these lies? How do they use these courts? These are courts that were done in the 1930s in Germany. These are Soviet Union-style trials. It's amazing to me. Absolutely incredible. And who else are they going to railroad? My attorney general here in New York, I live upstate, away from New York City, thank God. She's going after Trump and all kinds of other people. Now with meat manufacturing, business after business after business. We have a governor now that took over because Cuomo resigned. She barely won election for New York, that's barely 10%, in a deep, deep, deep blue state. Just railroads over people's rights. First Amendment, Second Amendment, and the list is endless. And nobody ever is held accountable. Ever. It's amazing to me. If Trump doesn't win in November, this republic is finished. Until the next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.